Use it or lose it. Why some minds stay sharp for 90 years. Have you ever wondered why some people in their 80s or 90s are still sharp, curious, and quick on their feet, while others in their 30s or 40s already feel foggy, distracted, and mentally tired? One person still reads, learns new skills, holds deep conversations, and can think clearly under pressure. The other struggles to focus, gets overwhelmed easily, and loses hours every day scrolling short videos without even noticing. Same species, same basic brain structure, different daily habits. Your brain is changing every day. With every choice, you are either building new connections or letting existing ones weaken. In this video, we'll look at what science says about lifelong learning, reading, social media, and your brain, and the daily habits you can start today to stay sharp, think clearly, and protect your mind as you age. Think of your brain like a muscle. You are born with a huge number of neurons, but what really matters over your life is how many connections, synapses, and dendrites you build between them. How well those networks stay active and flexible. In adulthood, your brain still has plasticity. It can form new connections, strengthen useful pathways, let unused pathways weaken or fade. Animal and human studies show that new neurons in certain brain regions survive better when they are used through learning and challenge. This is literally use it or lose it at the cellular level. When you read a real book, learn a new skill or language, solve difficult problems, engage with complex ideas, you are firing networks of neurons together. Repeated firing strengthens those networks and encourages more branching of dendrites. When you spend most of your free time in passive, repetitive scrolling, you are mostly training. Short attention span, constant novelty seeking, quick emotional reactions, not deep thinking. The brain adapts to what you ask it to do most often. Why do some people remain mentally sharp into their 80s and 90s, while others develop dementia much earlier? One big concept in brain science is cognitive reserve. Cognitive reserve is like a buffer of extra connections and efficient pathways built over a lifetime of education, reading, complex work, social engagement, and mentally demanding activities. Large studies show that higher education and lifelong learning are linked to a lower risk of dementia, likely because they build more synapses and more flexible brain networks. Research also finds that adults who keep reading and doing mentally stimulating activities like books, magazines, writing, puzzles have slower cognitive decline and lower risk of Alzheimer's symptoms later in life. Other work shows that lifelong bilinguals tend to have a later onset of dementia symptoms, often delayed by several years. Older adults engaged in active mental activities like adult literacy, complex hobbies, games, and social learning have a lower risk of developing dementia. Think of two people in their 90s. One still reads every day, learns new skills, plays instruments, discusses ideas, and stays socially involved. The other spent decades mostly passive. TV on, little reading, little social contact, little challenge. Genetics matter, of course, but the evidence suggests that the person who keeps reading, learning new skills, and staying mentally active has built more cognitive reserve, giving their brain more ability to compensate for age-related changes. You cannot guarantee you will never get dementia, but you can shift the odds, and you can shift how long your brain stays functional and independent. Now, let's talk about social media and constant scrolling. Modern platforms are designed to deliver fast, emotionally charged, bite-sized content, trigger dopamine bursts in your reward system, keep you tapping and swiping for as long as possible. Neuroscience and cognitive studies show excessive social media and digital use can activate brain reward pathways in a pattern similar to addictive behaviors. Heavy social media users tend to perform worse on attention and cognitive control tasks than moderate users. In children, higher social media use has been associated with structural changes in brain regions like the cerebellum, which is involved in coordination and certain cognitive functions. Short-form video and endless feeds train your brain to expect constant novelty, Avoid sustained focus. Struggle with boredom. Bounce away from anything that feels slow or complex. Over time, this can make deep reading harder, make complex problem-solving feel painful, and reduce your tolerance for silence and reflection. Research shows that passive, sedentary screen time is linked to worse brain outcomes than active, mentally engaging activities. Too much digital distraction slowly weakens the skills you depend on for real thinking and decision-making: your focus, your working memory, and your ability to control your emotions. So the everyday choice is simple. Are you using your brain, or feeding it an endless diet of mental junk? Let's turn this into concrete daily habits. You cannot change your genetics, but you can change your routine. Here are science-aligned habits that support brain function, critical thinking, and resilience. Number 1. Read every day. Aim for at least 20-30 minutes of real reading: books, long articles, quality essays. Mix topics: fiction, nonfiction, science, history, philosophy, biographies. Reading is consistently tied to better cognitive performance and lower dementia risk. You are training focus, working memory, imagination, vocabulary, and reasoning. 2. Be a permanent student. Pick at least one ongoing learning project: a new language, a musical instrument, coding, design, or a technical skill, a complex hobby, chess, strategy games, advanced cooking, carpentry, etc. Complex learning builds and maintains cognitive reserve over time. Feed your brain with good input. Replace some scrolling with podcasts on science, history, psychology, business, philosophy. Educational videos that actually teach a concept or show a process. Long-form interviews or lectures you can pair this with. Walking. Doing chores. Commuting. So your dead time turns into learning time. Put boundaries on social media. You do not have to delete everything, but you should limit and control it. Decide on set windows. For example, 20 minutes afternoon, 20 minutes evening. Remove social media apps from your home screen or phone if they are too tempting. No doom scrolling in bed. This hurts both your sleep and your brain. Move your body. Physical activity supports blood flow, growth factors, and brain health. Many dementia prevention guidelines include exercise as a core pillar. You do not need extreme workouts. Daily walks, light strength training, any consistent movement you enjoy. Protect sleep. Sleep is when the brain consolidates memory, clears metabolic waste, and resets emotional and cognitive systems. Chronic short sleep is linked with worse cognition and higher dementia risk. Aim for regular bedtime, dark, cool room, and no bright screens right before sleep. Have you ever seen two people face the same tough situation? One freezes and falls apart, while the other stays calm, thinks clearly, and makes a quick decision, and wondered why. Several things are going on: practice and exposure. People who regularly deal with complex, high-stakes problems are constantly training their decision-making circuits. They develop mental templates and checklists that make quick thinking feel more automatic. Working memory and attention. Lifelong learning, reading, and problem-solving keep working memory and attention sharper. If your brain is used to deep focus, it's easier to hold multiple pieces of information in mind when things get tough. Emotion regulation. People who practice stress management like breathing, reframing, experience with pressure are less likely to be hijacked by panic. A calmer brain has more access to its analytical circuits. Prepared minds. Someone who has read widely, learned broadly, and thought deeply has more mental models to draw from. That makes them quicker at seeing patterns and consequences. Start the day with direction. Take a moment to look at your day and decide what matters. Ask yourself, what is one thing I want to learn or improve today? Learn on purpose, not by accident. Choose something to study with focus: a book, a course, a skill. Rotate topics over the week: science, history, finance, psychology, art, philosophy, languages, and more. Even subjects that do not seem directly relevant to your job or daily life are valuable. They force your brain to build new connections, see patterns in different fields, and strengthen your ability to think critically. When you are learning, put your phone away or out of reach. Move your body and your mind together. Use walks or simple exercise as a chance to feed your brain. End the day by thinking, not scrolling. Briefly review your day. What did I learn? Where did my attention go? Read a few pages of a book on any topic that interests you. Fiction, non-fiction, biography, science, instead of sinking into endless short videos. These habits, repeated, tell your brain, I am still learning. I still care about growing. I am not done yet. Your brain does not care about your age nearly as much as it cares about your habits. You can be 25 and already training yourself for distraction and shallow thinking. You can be 75 and still building new connections by reading, learning, and challenging yourself. Every day, you're casting a vote for the kind of brain you want. Reach for the book, or tap into the feed. Practice a new skill, or slide into one more hour of mindless scrolling. Give your mind deep, rich ideas, or spoon-feed it tiny bursts of empty noise. If you want to stay sharp, think clearly, and protect your future self, start treating your brain like a muscle. Work it. Stretch it. Rest it. Protect it from junk. If this video gave you something to think about, subscribe for more content on discipline, learning, and real self-improvement. In the comments, share one habit you will cut back, for example, scrolling, and one habit you will add, for example, reading 10 pages a day or learning a new skill. Your future brain is built by what you repeat today.